The local.no, Norway's news in English, reported late last week that Norway's largest bank calls for a total end to cash. And Norway's largest bank, DNB, has said that cash has fallen out of favor with everyday Norwegians and is instead primarily used on the black market and in laundering schemes. Today, there's approximately 50 billion kroner in circulation, and the Central Bank of Norway can only account for 40% of its use. Oh, heaven forfend. That means that 60% of money usage is outside of any control. We believe that is due to under-the-table money and laundering. Bank executive Trond Bentestuen told VG. There are so many dangers and disadvantages associated with cash, we have concluded that it should be phased out. But not to worry, apparently the finance ministry is not in support of this proposal, at least not at this point. Finance Ministry spokesman Tor Vamrak said that although the government sees where DNB is coming from, we have no plans to change the law in this area now. Well, I suppose the average Norwegian following just the Norwegian news might breathe a sigh of relief that this is just some quirky idea from some quirky bank executive that will amount to nothing. But that isn't really the case. This is not just some random idea from some random Norwegian bank executive. It is an idea that, if you have been paying attention to the financial media of all the various different countries of the world, you will know is coming up with increasing frequency in recent years, from Canada to Denmark to Israel to India to France. Many, many other countries besides have seen various steps along the path towards the implementation of the cashless society. Now, the war on cash, this attempt to get rid of cash, to phase out cash, to have a completely controlled economy where absolutely every transaction can be tracked, traced, and under the purview of the central bank and the banksters and the bankster-controlled government puppets, well, that agenda has been rolling out for some time, and we've talked about it on the Corbett Report, time and time again, through videos and interviews and articles and radio programs. We've noted it in pop culture, from mainstream propaganda on the MSM News to TV advertisements, even to children's games. We've looked at the different reasons that they give why we must eliminate cash. Oh, it's all about drug dealing, like HSBC's drug dealing. I have another article up about that today. Tarnished by terrorism, tainted by tax evasion, just plain dirty. It carries so many germs. Oh, you use cash? Ew, icky. Not to mention it's just so outdated. Oh, you're so 20th century. Well, unfortunately, as I say, each individual nation's constituency may be forgiven for believing that their own particular system is somehow unique, because unless you are really tracking every single time this comes up, you would not really be able to see the forest for the individual tree or two that's in your way. So, in an attempt to rectify that, I've created this new article, The War on Cash, a country-by-country guide, that's going to attempt to be something like a comprehensive guide to the various ways that the cashless society is being implemented in different countries. I've already got some sort of starter pieces up here: Canada, Denmark, France, India, Israel, Norway, Sweden, just noting some various stories from these different countries, and of course, as always, links to the source documents that I'm going from, talking about how this is being implemented in different countries. But I need your help, of course. This is too much of a task for myself to do all by myself, so I would wholly and highly encourage Corbett Report members to help me out with this open source investigation. If you do have any relevant links or information to include about your country or another country that you know about and its implementation of cashless society programs, or trying to phase out cash, or even government restrictions on cash, please do let me know in the comment section of the article so that I can add it here. I really do want this to be a step-by-step, country-by-country guide to all of the various major programs that are going on right now around the world, so that people can see it is not just one or two isolated programs in one or two countries. It is happening all around the world simultaneously. It is part of a coordinated agenda, and if you want to know more about that article, that agenda, you can click on some of my links here to find out some of the information from previous articles about why they are doing this and what it really means for the future of the New World Order. At any rate, that's going to do it for today. Thank you in advance for your participation in this open source investigation. The link to this article, of course, in the show notes for this video if you happen to be watching it on YouTube. Until next time, James Corbett, CorbettReport.com.